Nah Lively, also known as Low Key.
Mm-hmm.
Always wears a fitted
Mm-hmm.
because he's got a bald D. White Air Forces never touch the ground. For the first time, them shits is white and not brown.
Yo,
Let's get potted, man. I'm about to scoop you right now.
oh, we out? Finally?
Let's get to it.
Give me 1 minute. I'll be outside.
Yo,
Come on, bro.
what up?
You see who's back, right? You
Come
see who's
on
back,
in.
right? Come on.
Hey.
Test. Let's go, gang.
What's poppin', people? On today's episode of Say Hello to Kaz Lowkey and Rosy, we recap the Super Bowl, the halftime show, our Valentine's Day plans, and we get a little bit off the rails about the Bill Cosby documentary.
Oh, is that what was off the rails?
And many other things. New episode of Say Less starts now. So, like, me and my old lady, we were just, like, talking one day, and she just, like, and, like, I just, like, let it slip. I was like, man, I'm so tired. And she looked at me like,
You're tired?
You're tired? Like, you're tired?
The
How
fucking
dare you
nerve!
say
See?
And I was just like, oh my God, is that what I sound like? Like, no.
Well, on a list of things to do with a woman who just had a baby, like that's
Yeah, like,
very
tired
top tier.
Tired to never
That's
slip
like
out
top
of your
3.
mouth.
I'm learning this.
Like,
Top
saying you're
3 things you shouldn't
exhausted.
say. You're tired.
So here's
you
the
don't
thing.
have time for anything.
Yeah, you don't have time for
See?
that. You don't have time
So
for
here's the
shit.
thing,
Top
like,
of the list.
people don't tell you that when you're about to, like, you know, start the whole family thing. Like,
I haven't had fun and like I haven't done anything fun.
But you haven't,
I would say that.
but you haven't
honestly.
seen it in like shows or like your parents or
Of
just
course.
like
I've seen
right.
it in
So
shows.
you're not obsolete from.
It's TV. Like, I've tried to, you know what I tried to do? Like, in the, like, months leading up to it, I'd either talk to, like, friends with kids
Yeah.
or, like, just people that have just been around. Because, like, I'm a last born boy. So it's
so
like,
am I.
So, yeah. So, like,
Yeah.
not only have I, you know, never had younger brothers or sisters.
You
none
guys
of
have
that
older
stuff.
sisters?
Yeah, I have, you know, I have
3.
older
I have
cousins
older
and
sisters.
Oh, yeah.
sisters and stuff like that.
I'm the
But it's
only
like,
boy. Yeah.
but I have one older brother. So, like, my experience with kids is very minimal, just on a general level.
Right.
So,
You have an older brother?
yeah, you met my older brother. Where's
know
your Rock
my older
Nation?
I've never met your older brother.
Well, he moved to LA, but
Well, you-
shout
yeah,
out
you
to my
met
brother.
him.
You've met him before. He's been around.
He don't look like you though.
He does. He does.
feel like he
He's
doesn't.
he's smaller than me, even though he's older than me.
He doesn't
Not
look
smaller.
like the older.
Wow.
He
I look
he
older
looks
than
like the
him.
older brother.
Yeah, I look
Oh,
like
he looks like older brother.
I look like I ate my older brother.
Yeah.
But nah, like I have these conversations when you're about to, you know, have the
Have a
whole
kid.
family thing,
Yeah.
and you get told all the regular stuff like, oh man, get ready to not sleep. Oh man, you know you got to be here for this. Oh man, like all like general stuff. But there's a bunch of little nuances
That you weren't taught
that you never really taught,
or described to.
and you could only learn by experience. And one of them is saying those key words that you can never say.
And I bet you, I just know she has an evil.
And I
death
know
stare, too.
Jazz. Like,
I could
if
picture
you know-
Jazz's
if you
face
know-
right
if you
now
know
in the
his
dead
if you
silence.
know his fiance,
I could picture the silence after that stare and
Bro,
just like the
and I've
awkward in the room.
I've
like,
seen them
oh.
argue. I've seen
just
them.
like hoping he can stop time and be like,
Yeah. I've seen them go
Yeah.
back and forth. I've seen them bicker.
But here's the thing. I want
I've
to make
seen
it clear. I want to make it clear as the story continues. This isn't like Jasmine is like
No.
the Loch Ness monster or some bullshit like that. She's just
no, it was first.
But-
No, she's a woman
Exactly.
who just had
Had
a
a kid.
baby,
No, I'm not. No,
and
I'm
you
just,
work. To be honest, you
Yeah,
work a lot.
And then
I
here
know.
you
I'm
come.
So then you come saying you're tired. She probably hasn't had a nap in days.
I'm tired. Oh,
Like,
man, I'm exhausted.
Naps
Like,
are probably is a luxury thing
Right.
to Jasmine right now.
I'm surprised she didn't clock you in your head.
Oh, who
Like,
said
I'm
she
surprised.
did?
Oh, you left that part
Who
out.
said she did?
He's like, oh, I didn't
Nah,
finish the
it's
story.
Left that part out.
But these are like the dope times of life though, because it's like I feel like we're kind of in a groove now,
Yeah.
as far as like being like parents and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
like it's new still, but it's not like
I think what you guys are experiencing together, I think it's one, it draws you closer. Two,
Yeah.
you really start to understand how you guys are built.
Mm-hmm.
Just for adult life,
You learn a lot about
you
yourself.
learn a lot, and
and
now
you learn a whole lot about your partner.
and now that you guys have another being to take care of, it's like we got to step up. Put our bullshit aside. Whatever bullshit we had before this little nigga got here. Not to say it's bullshit, but like just a
Yeah.
little nonsense that y'all.
Yeah, you know what? You just
It's just not that
It's not
important.
even-
it's
now
not that
even
important.
You're like, man,
Like, yo,
fuck that.
like,
This
fuck
little
that,
human,
yeah.
this fragile little
Yeah.
human.
Like the hierarchy just changes so drastically and so quickly.
All while us not actually introducing the show.
Oh my gosh. Did
We
not
we,
introduce the show?
No, we didn't.
Nah, we
We
literally
just been
went into
talking.
like therapy and family.
Aw,
And
damn.
We didn't. And this was a smooth 15 minutes.
Let me get a single shot right now. What's poppin', people? Welcome to Say Less with your boy Kaz Lowkey, Rosy, Jake in the building. My name is Kaz.
Cause I wasn't mad at the convo, and I didn't want to stop the flu. You know, the
I
fluids.
appreciate you getting us back on the
But
rails.
I was just like, all right, let's.
Usually you
just,
take us off the rails.
yeah.
It's a rare occasion when you get us back
I'm
on
learning,
track.
but I'm just like, all right, this is a great convo. Let's come back to it, but
Yes.
let's explain why we're here. Yes, low key, Howard University, Apple Music, yada 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 yada.
Gang.
Rosie.
Rosie, yes, but also
But also,
Yeah.
everything you guys are saying is why I'm just gonna find a motherfucking co-parent.
are you? So we've talked.
I'm gonna
about
tell
this.
you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
You said
I
you're
feel
totally
like-
down. Okay, go ahead.
I feel like I don't have a solid foundation with anyone right now to be like feelings won't get involved and he'd do some fuck shit just because he wants to be with me or something like that, or vice versa.
Okay.
So I was like, at this point, just find a co-parent. Like, you're gonna be a great father. Okay, you want this kid. Let's just have this kid, and then there'll be no issues in that kid's life other than the
Okay.
fact that it's not a two-parent home.
So like, how would you go about this? Like, would you be like
It's a
very?
proper-
Would you be like very like business oriented? Like I've
Yeah,
seen
like,
these
I would-
things.
I'll invite
no,
somebody
I
out to
wanna-
the bar, and you just think it's like,
What are your,
Rosie wants to drink with me. Okay, cool. And then I'm like, so,
wait, what are
what
your,
you been doing lately?
What are your interview questions?
Hold on, I'm getting there. Invite him
It's a bit. I
out.
see the bit coming. I'm like, okay, let's
Invite
go.
him out to the bar. Sit him down. How you been? Everything's good. Yo, shots. Cool. So you dating anyone? All right. You ain't think about kids yet? Because, we're getting older. Cool.
Okay. All right, but what if he's not
do you-
saying just like nodding along? What if he's like, what do you mean you have kids?
You
Yeah,
know,
like-
do you-
Yeah.
You
like-
first of all, I don't talk to ditzy people like that. Second of all, y'all know I'll get right to it. All right, man, I'm trying to have this kid. I know you want one too, and let's just do this.
Okay, so here's my
The
question.
cheap route too. We're gonna have to fuck. Yes.
I was about to say, like, would you
The cheap route.
Would you go the old fashioned way?
We're gonna
or
go
would
the
you-
old-fashioned cheap route, which is why I already bought you 5 shots.
Wow.
And-
this is almost like
Really?
that's.
Which is why I bought you 5 shots.
Well, first
The
of all,
cheap route.
Can we?
What is that? All right, what is
no,
we
because
gender
because
gender
usually
roll
you have
reverse
to
real
do, you know the other route where you have to actually pay to get like IVF.
Yes.
But those are for women who have trouble conceiving.
Okay.
Right? So that'll be more difficult. Like
And
if I-
expensive.
that's what I'm saying. God forbid I can't go the regular route and I have to do all that. That's expensive. But when you have an agreement, you have to like really like that's when women start looking at when they're ovulating and you're fucking at certain times of the month.
You've
And
thought a lot about that.
no, I'm a woman. We know about this. Every time you go to
No,
like
no,
your
no,
gyno,
I know that.
and the older you get, your gyno's more like, so what are we
Tick,
doing?
tick, tick.
What are we doing here? Do you want to count your eggs? I'm like, no, I don't want no shit.
Oh my god.
Yet.
So if you're, So I'm assuming this is somebody like you know and trust, and
I feel like whoever I have kids with, I already know.
of course.
I met them already. They're in my life somehow. Whether they come in every couple months, I feel like I already know them.
So you all right? So you would have to kind of know your egg count though, because like, what if you just keep on pumping and like it's.
Well, then that's when.
Right.
Would you take any like enhancers to,
Are there enhancers
Yeah,
for that?
I think there's something you could
Kaz
take
knows
to like.
more about this than me. And
I-
you
I've
said
learned
I
a
thought
lot.
about this a lot. And he said
learned
I
a
thought about this a lot.
That nigga got a kid. He's supposed to know about
I've
this
learned
shit.
a lot in the past like 3 years about the miracle of childbirth. But yeah, like I'm sure there's things you can take to kind of make sure the eggs are like Randy Moss hands, like you're just catching everything.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Got some fresh forces.
They're kind of fresh. Yeah, I didn't want to mention.
He
it,
got
but
some
like,
fresh
nah.
forces on.
These aren't first wears either, too. You've worn these.
He probably
before,
got them like for
but you've
Valentine's
kept them
Day,
clean.
and he wore them like 2-3 days.
Ooh, I can
Right?
see
Is that
I can see
that's a legit guess? Is,
You got a nice
is that
shape up
what-
too, yeah.
He got it for his
So
Valentine's
these are
Day day,
0.5 wears.
and then he
0.5.
wore
You got 0.5 wears in those.
72 hours.
It's got about under
Why
300
did y'all
steps.
know that?
Under 300 steps on those Air
Because
Forces.
Why did y'all know that?
It's not that many from Sahara to the Uber, and the Uber to his crib.
Why did y'all know that? Bro?
I mean, listen. I check everybody out.
I
every
was
time they
looking,
come
I was
in.
like, those are pretty.
Clean.
Guys, they're fresh.
Yes. All right.
That
And
was
like
the
you get the
Valentine's
little lean to your forces, so I can see like.
Yeah.
It
What did
hasn't
you
hit a lot of pavement,
What did you wear for
so it's
Valentine's Day?
clean.
Jeans.
These. Oh, you did tell us you.
So Lo hopped in the. All
Oh,
right. So
he did tell us you wore jeans.
to all the lovers out there, I hope you had a great Valentine's Day. Yada,
I
yada, yada.
was drunk as fuck with my female friend.
Yeah, I saw. Shout out.
Yeah,
to
I
Mandy
did see that.
and-
Yeah,
and
I did see
gang.
that. I did see that.
Oh no, that was Super Bowl.
Lo hops in the. Oh, well, you know what I mean. One of those days.
Yeah. I mean, like, right, it's back to
That was
back.
my Valentine.
Lo hops in the group chat and is like, "This girl got me out here wearing jeans."
Pissed, cause if you know Lo,
Upset.
when the fuck have you seen him wearing jeans?
You could do a whole montage of episodes of Say
Wait,
Less
so you had to buy those?
and not catch Lo wearing jeans.
Yeah, I bought I bought a pair of fitted ripped
From Zara?
jeans. Nah, from H&M.
Wow.
Huh.
Wow.
And not
Wait,
gonna
those actually that would look good on you.
Yeah, I look good. Trust me. And not gonna hold you. Like I'm like, hold
Yeah.
on. I might go back and buy.
Oh,
pair.
oh my God, Lo, are you maturing in front of our eyes right now?
Fashion wise,
Are you
yes.
getting ready? Are you actually?
Kaz, why are your socks so low?
What's wrong with them?
I couldn't see them, and I was like, "Is Kaz not wearing socks?" And then he turned this foot, and
Bro,
I saw it.
because I'm
And I was like,
I
Kaz.
looked at the pants. I'm like,
No, I like the fit.
I was
You
about to say,
look.
don't front these
No,
out.
Kaz,
no.
you look good today.
Kaz wears
Nah,
nice pants.
we
No,
look
no,
good.
it looks good. This is a good fit.
But
I
was
love
just
color
like-
on
I'm
tone
like,
on tone.
I'm a monochrome.
But then I was
monochrome.
looking down, and I was like, "Where
Yeah,
is
where your
socks?"
socks at?
But then I saw this foot, and I saw it,
oh, okay.
and I was like, "What made him wear
You
ankle
kind of
socks?"
gotta wear like high socks with those.
I
colored
don't
Jordans.
know.
At
Like,
least a little
you
bit,
don't
like
wear
up right
ankle
here,
socks with
right
those.
there.
Yeah, I like the rise on the chino. You know what I'm saying? Like the little cuff right
Those are
here.
nice pants.
And
Those
I
are
didn't
nice.
wanna-
Those are really nice
Thank
pants.
you. I appreciate that. I got them
Wow.
from Nordstrom.
But
This
anyway,
is
yes.
this is a good
No, 'cause
episode.
I got
No one talk shit.
Everyone's being complimentary.
Yeah, I got my.
Like-
I'm not. I can't.
Yo, who drizzled drugs in
I was
Lowe's?
about to say, like,
In Lowe's, J.
Who
I'm
is
just
Lo
saying,
and
like, y'all
Rosy?
look- all right, cool. I
And-
just try to,
Who are these people?
Put
and what
some
have they done
white
with Lo
on,
and Rosy?
you know?
No,
give me
I
some
noticed, and I was like, and
green
then
and-
my brain started working. And I was like, he bought those
In the
for
back
his
of my
date.
in the
Yeah,
back
might
of my
be.
head,
Might
coming
be.
into this episode,
Might
coming
be.
into the show, I just knew Lo was gonna just say something about these pants. Like I was like, I'm like, he's gonna.
No, they look good. This is a
No,
good fit,
I
but I
like that.
love
I
like
like- that's a
flint
good-
gray,
that's a good
anything.
fit.
Like I love like all color. Like
Well,
one solid
if I'm gonna
color.
give it up for you, I'm gonna give it up for
I
you.
appreciate
And when
that,
I
man.
lean in on you, I'm gonna lean in on you.
Thank you.
You know what I
That made
mean? Like
that-
I'm not gonna be too far on the right, too far on the left. Like if it's good, it's good. If it's not, it ain't.
Thanks, pal.
Like her fit is cute fit.
Thank
You know what I
you.
mean? Yo, even Jake, you know, we got the sister.
Yo, Lo came out here like
Jake always
fucking
has a-
Oprah.
No, I'm just saying, like,
Compliments.
niggas got, we
Compliments.
good.
Y'all
We
all
good.
look
you had a good Valentine's Day, didn't you?
Yeah, he did.
You had a good
Yeah.
Valentine's Day,
Yo,
didn't
Lo,
you?
so how
You
was your
got some-
Valentine's?
Yo, if Lo's on Twitter right now, you know what he
No.
tweet?
Oh, but
Picture
also
the cereal box. ATM.
we
You
didn't.
ain't got no
Nah,
credit last
nah,
night.
I didn't ask you how your Super Bowl party was.
It was lit.
It
How y'all
was-
gonna ask me a fucking question?
wasn't
and
even a
ask
party.
me?
Okay, I'm
don't
sorry, 'cause I just
understand. Yeah, like,
remembered.
just let me.
It wasn't even
Go
a
ahead.
party.
I had a
free
good
fall.
Valentine's Day. There,
What'd you
now
do?
Go ahead.
No, what'd you do?
Went to
What'd you
dinner
do? How was
and
it?
had fun.
Oh God.
Okay.
Okay.
Valentine's Day was
That
like-
makes-
And wore jeans.
3 of us in the room.
Valentine's Day was
Well,
so
Jake is here, guys. That's 4.
Jake, you had a good Valentine's Day?
Yeah, solid. Worked and went out at night.
That is okay. All right.
I was fucked up with my homegirl. We made dinner reservations, and we didn't know. We had no intentions or plans of getting that fucked up, but we don't know what happened. It was like we
So
definitely
that sounds
think
like a regular day for you.
no,
No, Lo,
no.
you know what this is?
No.
This is the phenomenon known as Galentine's Day, right?
It's a Galentine's Day
A lot of
event.
women
Yes.
Talk to me about
And
Galentine's
so the thing
Day.
is,
lot of women do
Galentine's is
that.
for single women who are just like, we love our friends as well. We want to make each other like,
Love
fuck that.
is
We
love.
don't need,
It
like,
doesn't have
yeah,
to be
we're going to
romantic
go out
love.
and have a date and a good
Were
time.
there any limes involved?
No,
that was
love.
nice,
It's a day
No.
about.
We went out to, we had dinner reservations.
Pass me the Say Less secret sauce, please.
I've been obsessed with these comedy shows that I've been going to weekly. So we went to a comedy show, went to dinner.
Nice.
And then, it's Valentine's Day. So the single men that are out are looking at 2 pretty single women. Honestly, we spent like $100.
Oh,
Nice.
So niggas like tricked off on y'all.
They just kept, different men just kept sending us what we were
different.
drinking.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because it's 2 women, but they probably felt bad for us, but we'll take it. We'll take the pity drinks.
That's,
We don't give a
that's
fuck.
kinda Like,
Pity.
you know what? That's kind of like the opportune time to find. Like if you're single and you're out with your guys.
Yeah.
If you're single, you're out with your ladies.
Well, we kind of, on Valentine's Day, you kind of make it a point to like not look for that.
but then
it's
it,
kind
but,
of a,
but then
it's
it
kind
goes
of a,
there.
It doesn't. You're
mean,
like, I'm
it can.
outside. I'm trying to have fun with my friend, and that's just what it is.
It can go there.
You know, it's not about,
What?
I think the way you did Valentine's Day is exactly
saw it.
what single women should do on Valentine's
You know what
Day.
I'm gonna do next year? I'm gonna invite more, cause actually I don't know her name, but it's one of the listeners. She was like, "I would have came with you." I was like, "You know what? Next time you're invited. I'm gonna make a whole
We
event.
should make it a thing.
I'm gonna have a
make that,
whole
like-
event next year for
make it like,
all
yeah,
the
like
women.
Rosie's Galentine's night.
That's
That
it.
should be a book club.
That fuck it. we can play games. We can go outside, get drunk, and just.
No, that should be like
Book
on the
it out.
holidays that are celebrated with couples. Like we're talking about Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Well, that's
New
family
Year's.
time
Well, I
too.
mean, like, yeah, it both. You know, it goes.
No,
hand in hand.
next Valentine's Day, it's gonna be a thing.
She's like, yeah.
You do an
Yeah,
event.
it's
Like, you
it's
should
gonna
do
be a
an
real
event.
Galentine's.
Or like a
Doing
bar
this.
crawl.
It's gonna be a all women bar crawl. All the
A-
listeners are
A
invited.
gal crawl.
But
They ain't trying to crawl, bro. It's women.
They trying to
They
crawl.
want to go one place,
Yeah.
No.
drink one place.
we got. I got
Be
2
out.
piercings that night. It was like a college night.
Yeah.
I went out, I got piercings and shit. We were just.
Oh, you got
fucked
2
up.
pair. What?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to
Yeah.
swear?
Oh yeah, it's in my ears.
Oh,
They're
okay.
both in my ears.
Gotcha. All right. Oh.
All that's taken up, guys.
Still a family show.
They're all
guys.
pierced. Everything.
All right, so where we at? We got Super Bowl
Yes.
halftime show.
How do y'all feel? First of all, before we get into halftime, I'm the only one that predicted correctly.
You did. You did call the Rams. You did call
Yeah,
the
you
Rams.
did call. Yeah. Yes, you did.
I
But
wanted
called
the Bengals to win,
yeah.
but I was Rams are the better team, and it worked out. The game was alright. It was a nice finish.
Game wasn't.
You
nice,
know
it was
what?
nice
I
finish.
will. I will say this. Usually, those
Commercials
kind of
suck.
games are the commercials did suck.
Commercials suck.
Usually, they're not like you. Remember how you were like you thought it was gonna be high scoring. You thought it was gonna be.
I
I liked how it was like neck and neck.
Yeah.
How we
yeah.
almost
I
didn't
didn't-
know who was gonna win.
I didn't
Yeah.
see it going that close.
Yeah, that's what I
didn't
liked
see
about it.
I didn't see it going that close.
Cause
but
one wrong move, Bengals would have got it.
I was also happy Odell scored the first one.
Mhm.
I
which
know.
deserved.
Wasn't he out
But-
after
yeah,
that?
but it was sad to
Then
see.
he
him.
tore his
Yeah,
ACL.
he tore his
Yeah, which sucks.
But he's still
Terrible.
Super Bowl
he
champion.
won.
So yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, like he's.
I'm
30
sure he
some-
wanted to do more though.
He's 30 years old right now. He was about to be a free agent, and this is like a great redemption story for him. So like to see him go out like that definitely did suck. But also
That was
that
sad.
night, yeah, Cooper Kupp ball out. You know what I mean? Like Joe Burrow did his thing. Like the Bengals held on as long as they could up into that last drive. It was a good game. It was
Were
cool.
you sad? Because I know you wanted the Bengals to win.
No, it wasn't that sad. Like I wasn't terribly invested in any of these teams like that. Like
Nobody was.
I do like. I mean, I love the Joe Burrow story. I love the comeback from the.
I was rooting for
ripped
that
leg.
story.
Yeah, like it's a great. I'm always gonna root for like.
So y'all
the
were rooting
young
for that.
upstart,
Hold on,
you
were
know
y'all
what I mean?
rooting for that more than Odell? Story?
Yeah, I was. Like I mean, I'm
Respect
happy
your
Odell
honesty.
got it, but I wasn't sitting there like writing poems like Drake and shit. Like I wasn't that
Yeah,
happy.
like Drake wrote a verse dedicated
like-
to OBJ. I'm like, all
Well,
right,
they're
brother. Like,
friends.
Hey, listen, that's his man,
They're
and I get
friends.
it.
I get it.
So that's why I'm like, I wasn't that. I
If,
wasn't rooting
if
that
y'all were
hard.
friends with him, y'all would have done the same. Like, you know what, my guy?
I mean,
no,
I don't
yeah,
make
but I'm not. I'm
poems.
like, me and Kaz are pretty close.
I'd write you a poem right now.
You would?
Well,
Yes,
go
I
ahead.
would.
Go ahead.
Do it.
Now Ivy.
Not the government.
Hold on. First of all, you remember
Not
when
the
you were
government.
little and you were trying to freestyle and it starts with, my name is
Yeah.
Rose. And then it kinda-
Not the government. But all right, go ahead. I'm gonna write a poem for you too.
Ding, 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 ding.
I'm gonna write a verse.
Do you
for
need some time to think? Because I do want to know Lo's thoughts on I want to know your thoughts on the halftime show specifically. Because
All right.
I know what you don't like about that show. And I want to know if it made a difference.
You know what's funny? I'm glad you brought that up. It brings us back to the conversation about M and it was M and 50, right?
Was it an M and
Yes.
50? No, it wasn't an M and
No,
50
the
versus.
Yeah, no, that's what we were talking about.
It
And
was
I-
M versus 50?
Yeah, and I hate. Remember,
I don't think we said M versus
The
50.
conversation we had was would people want to see an M versus 50 verse?
Right. Okay.
It was verse 50?
Yeah.
What we said? Okay.
So watching the Super Bowl, and I'm gonna write your poem, but I'm glad you brought that up. Since I wanted
Yeah,
to
give me
get
some
this out
time to.
I did want
to write this
Yeah,
poem
go
in
ahead.
my
Think
head.
about it.
the way. After watching that, and clearly the versus crowd is not the Super Bowl crowd,
Right.
right? So it's a different type of audience. But
Correct.
I did notice. I'm like, okay, he does have those stadium
But no one. But
impactful.
Eminem.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
something. I was
but
gonna say
yeah,
something.
he
But no
has.
one at the Super Bowl crowd was a versus crowd either.
That's what I'm saying. No,
We
but-
were the
so-
versus
no,
crowd
but this is-
at home.
But this is what I'm saying to you. I'm like, I understand that crowd is like those crowds are completely different.
Right.
But it goes back to my thought and how me and him were arguing about. I'm like, okay, maybe I was a little bit biased or I was a little bit off because I'm like, man, nobody wants to see that shit. But when I heard him performing those certain records, I'm like,
And he got a lot more of those.
I'm like-
And he got a lot more of those too.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah.
Let's not. I know it's.
I
I
kinda
know his
like- I
music
kinda-
hasn't aged the
yeah.
best, but it's just like let's.
I'm
not
like, yeah, this
front.
man
Still
got, yeah, this
M.
man got.
He's-
It's still. I'm like,
At one point, nobody was bigger, and you
Yeah.
know what's kind of gonna be a little bit messed up. I feel like that's how we're gonna feel about Drake in like a decade.
Oh
No,
well,
well,
I feel like someone's gonna come and our kids are
feel
gonna
like
be listening
there's
to
gonna
someone
be-
new and not know who Drake is.
Yes, and
Are
it's gonna
them-
be,
are-
and it's
yeah.
gonna be, and it happens with everybody. It has
Yeah,
nothing, it
yeah,
has nothing to do. I'm just saying, like somebody that big that we can't even imagine ever having that sort of, not fall
That
off,
fanfare.
but like that sort of like I can't imagine Drake not being the biggest artist. Just like at one point, I couldn't imagine anyone outselling Eminem on anything. Like at one point, he was the Chico. It was like Eminem, move your album back, move forward.
I love
Like,
Eminem.
Don't drop it in there because
no, yeah, just watching that and hearing certain records, I'm like, yeah, certain things would go.
some
on.
records
I
he
love
had
M.
worldwide.
And
He
I'm
had
just like-
worldwide.
I'm an M fan,
hits.
so.
Because when I heard that shit, I'm like, when I heard it was like, sing for yourself or
We
for
came
the
out to
moment.
lose.
yeah, sing
lose
for the
yourself.
moment. I'm just like,
Lose Yourself.
I'm sorry, lose yourself. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
I
watching the
predicted he would come
build-up.
out to that too.
Yeah, nah. So yeah,
Wait,
I'm
so-
gonna put a little bit more respect on M's name.
Kaz, being the sports guy, do you think that rumor is true that the NFL told him not to take a knee?
Yeah, I think so, and I think he found a cute way to get around it, like saying like, "Ooh, it's like a Tupac homage," and it wasn't.
I don't think- I think we all know
I
Eminem-
was dealing for Tupac.
I feel like we all know M enough to be like,
Okay,
don't tell him
buddy.
not to do no shit.
Of course, it's like
I'm surprised he didn't kneel during his whole performance.
It's like, what are you gonna do?
Because he's that rebellious.
But okay, all right. So and I don't want to do this, but you know, fuck it, we're drinking.
Do it.
We're having to do it. Someone telling a white man not to do something
Oh, that's where
is
yours going.
pretty
God
much
damn it.
is what America is. Like, you can't tell me what not to do.
No, I was thinking about a meme myself where it was like, how the NFL gonna tell him what to do? He dissed his own mother. You think he gives a fuck about
Like,
y'all?
you really
You
think?
think he
I
gives a
don't-
fuck
I
about
couldn't picture
y'all?
him being
Y'all
like-
didn't even pay him.
I could have pictured him being like, you know what, NFL, you right.
I shouldn't do this.
I could hear him in his head. Suck my dick.
Eminem got the same hat on for 12 years. He cares about nothing.
Here's the thing: the NFL can't fine him. The only fines he could probably worry about is if like if he lets off an expletive, the
Yeah, if he
FCC
cursed
can
or-
find you,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Like NFL, all they can really do is just be upset.
They don't pay
about it.
halftime, right?
No, you know what I
No,
mean? And like,
they do.
these are all just. No,
I don't think they pay
no,
performers. No,
No, that's not what I was told.
I don't think.
But, but
yeah.
the stage alone pays for itself. Like,
Yeah.
you get that look, like it doesn't like.
But but I mean, like everyone on that stage didn't need that look. Like they already had those looks. They're legends. They're icons. Like they create those looks. You know what I mean? Like anyone who's on that Super Bowl stage prior to their career just goes even higher. You know, Beyonce was already where she was, but
But the Super Bowl is.
that's what I'm saying. Like
I
these
saw so many
guys,
negative reviews. I liked
from
it.
who? From who?
Just like on Twitter, on Instagram, and I was like, I fucking like the show.
Yeah.
Yo,
I
bro,
feel like the dancers just didn't rehearse at all. They just showed up.
bro,
It's a
it was
fucking-
Not
Where was
Kendrick's dancers.
That's not what. That's
Kendrick's.
No, Kendrick's dances with a.
Now that was no.
Did
Kendrick's,
you feel Hold on, because I
Yeah,
know
He
you
was
don't like
giving-
that
yes, he
sometimes.
He was giving
Loved it.
choreography.
Man.
Yeah, bro.
Loved
it was
it.
fantastic.
Well, they-
Loved it.
It was
Loved
tight.
Kendrick.
Loved
I thought Kendrick was the best part of the show.
Loved it.
What's going on, Sam? Sam, bring your black ass in
Ooh,
here.
wait, hold on.
No,
You,
the best.
you said that was the best part?
of the show?
I thought.
I was.
No, it wasn't.
What was yours?
The best part of the show.
The best
the
artist.
best. Oh, artist?
What was the best performance? Who's?
Dre sitting, like he's sitting at a console, studio console, standing up. Shit comes down, and that first shot of him shouting out Snoop, and the first thing you see is him in a fucking Rams Crypt Out jersey,
Next
Right.
episode.
doing that, bro. Like that was it.
All right.
That was it. Like in LA, like bro, that
Man,
was.
He wasn't giving you
iconic.
performance.
But bro,
He wasn't
still,
giving you
nah.
performance.
But
Did
it's-
you see
Let me tell you
Kendrick?
something.
I get it.
I was
Did you
looking at
see the
Kendrick's
sash?
performance.
I get it.
First of all, Kendrick's performance was so good. And mind you,
I get it.
no Kendrick, but Kendrick's performance was so good. I was like, yo, Kendrick actually even looked good. That's how well he's doing. He
get
looked
it.
fucking good doing
we
it, and I
saw-
know he's
but
this tall.
That's
Don't
called
care.
wealth,
But-
Rosie.
No, it's
But-
called. He would hit everything on point.
But
His
we've
dances
s-
were on
but
point.
We've seen it. We've
The
seen
braids,
that.
the braids.
We've
I
seen
know, but
that.
you
We've
did you
seen
ever
that.
think that he
We've
would
seen-
get on the
listen,
Super Bowl? I never thought he would do that.
but
Not
we've
Dolo.
We've seen that. He's performed like that. We've seen him at concerts,
Yes,
festivals.
but the
We've seen
Super
that.
Bowl.
But we talking about Dr. Dre and fucking Snoop.
Yeah, but they didn't really
Like-
do nothing. They were just sitting there, just like.
They
Yo,
hosted the
it
party.
didn't have
They
to.
hosted the party. They were
It
the
didn't
host.
have to. It didn't have to. The moment.
I love Uncle Snoop.
I'm talking about. All right, so you're talking about
That's
the
Theo.
actual,
The actual performance.
I'm
yeah.
talking about. They didn't have to do shit.
No, we're talking about what was your favorite performance?
Dre and Snoop.
They didn't
hitting
perform.
that stage. Hitting that. Who performed? Everybody stood there and rapped.
No, Kendrick didn't. Kendrick
I mean,
had a
fucking
whole,
man-
Kendrick had a whole. Boom.
Oh yeah, and we've seen that. Mary fell out. Mary fell out on the stage.
Did she?
Yeah. After No More Pain.
Nah,
she do it on purpose,
gotta
though?
hardly
Bro, she
disagree.
dropped on her fucking
Yeah,
back.
she dropped on her back. But that was the one thing I was upset about. We didn't get like a solo.
She didn't mean to do
vibe.
that.
She
I'm
got
sure she
family. It was
did.
family affair.
No, but she didn't get her. She didn't get like
Bro,
the
it's
go
a-
Mary,
it's a-
go Mary.
It's a Super Bowl.
Who's gonna do that at the Super Bowl except the
Super Bowl.
dancers?
Yeah.
Why
Super
do you
Bowl.
get Mary J. Blige to perform if you're not gonna have her solo moment to go Mary,
No.
go Mary?
Because like they don't
go
understand.
Mary.
That crowd doesn't understand.
What about
what we-
Anderson?
Don't matter.
that
We're not
was-
gonna talk
that
about
was dope.
Anderson?
That was dope.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh
Damn.
shit! Never
Man,
fucking
yeah.
mind.
No, Anderson- no,
I thought it was dope.
Anderson, but
He popped up on the piano and was like, "Hey."
no, he was
on the
doing
drums,
the
first of all.
drums.
Oh, the drums. Hey, and then it was
Damn.
Was that it?
I love that moment.
I thought it was.
Ow.
Damn.
I
I
thought it
guess
was-
no. You know he
All
loved the
right.
Eminem moment better than
What?
Well, hold on. I thoroughly
I mean, that
enjoy
moment was a
Eminem.
great moment too. But
I love Anderson
I
Paak's
thought
moment.
Kendrick was the best of the five.
Nah, Dre and Snoop coming out there performing.
I'm gonna go Kendrick, and I'm
I'm
gonna
going
go
Dre Snoop.
Eminem.
No love
But I
for-
love Snoop, Uncle Snoop.
No
That's
love
Uncle
for
Snoop,
50?
bro. Oh, we don't.
Cool.
Wait, nobody cared about 50 upside
No,
down
50
like a
was
bat.
cool. No, 50 was cool. Like,
Also,
alright, it was cool.
the video was in the club. It wasn't.
In the
It's your.
club, yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
Go,
That's
oh,
why he did
shawty.
that. But
No, you can find me in the club. That's the
Yeah,
same song.
It's called In the Club.
Oh my bad.
Yes. Oh, wait.
It's too long. It's too long. I
She's
gotta
like,
get to that
it's
part.
not, it's not. It's called In the Club. It's called It's Your Birthday. That's a very black thing to do,
I'm
by
like,
the
I know
way.
you're not saying that you.
Why do
think
black
these are
people
two-
never name shit the way it's supposed to be named, right? Yo, you watching Power
You name it
Force?
how you remember.
Nah, nigga, we watching Tom.
Black folks never know the name to anything.
You
Even
just-
down
We
to
just
they-
name it whoever's.
I
the
will
person
say
we wanna
this:
watch.
I never knew Chucky had another name.
Really? You just called him
Chucky.
Child's Play?
I never knew it was Child's Play. I thought it was Chucky.
Oh, you thought the movie was called
I
Chucky.
thought the movie was called Chucky.
Yes.
I will say
Yeah,
that.
no, black folks never know the names to anything, including their children. Like my mom would always do this to me and my
Call
sister.
all of your sisters.
She'd be like, "Hey, you, what's
You.
your name? Come here, just come here." I'm like, "Ma,
My aunt does
Yeah,
that.
I
She
have
calls
a
out every
confession.
niece or nephew,
Bro,
and it's like,
confession.
Rosy, dude.
what's your name?"
I'm
I've
like,
had.
Don't tell me
I'm
you did that.
embarrassed.
You already did Ruby?
I'm embarrassed how many times I'm called Ruby Pootie. I'm like, Pootie, Ruby, get
Come here. I'm telling you.
I was like, yo, my
Yo,
parents.
to be
Black
honest
man.
with you,
Now I
no.
get it.
That's happened to me with Ryder.
Yeah.
But like, I want to call him my ex, because my ex had him for so
See,
long.
that's way worse.
But no, I know, but he acts like
yeah,
him
nah, that's
because he
low.
came back acting like him, and I was like,
low.
oh, you pissing me off.
That's the
a little
thing. I don't
toxic.
even want to. I don't know the ex's name, and I know this sounds nothing like Ryder. So that's way worse. At least Ruby and Pootie sort of rhyme, like, and they're both tiny. Like,
Wow.
They're both tiny? That's
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
the comparison?
They're both tiny.
Ruby
and
just
cute.
got bigger than Pootie like this week.
I feel like Ruby's gonna be like a linebacker.
Oh, she's a big girl. She got tree trunks. She's long.
How
Whew,
much
I
did she
can't
weigh?
wait.
How much did she weigh when she was born?
She was, I want to say 9 pounds.
Okay.
I think so.
I was 10. Look at me now.
Oh,
Okay.
well, there you go.
I'm not that big.
I mean, you're not small.
Okay, I just
Wow.
don't.
Yeah,
you like-
I don't want you to
Wow.
expect like
Nah,
ginormous.
you type
I was
that.
10 pounds and like 8 ounces.
Nah,
and shit.
yeah, Rosie type thick.
And I'm just like,
Listen, if there was a women's football team, like football league, like you'd play.
I want to play.
You'd play. Like
do it.
tackle, like
I do it.
I feel like you would
Release
be
some anger.
Yeah, I think you'd be like a great inside linebacker.
I feel like, yeah.
Like,
like,
you call out a lot of shit at the line, like, yo, break. Blue, white. Yeah. We got this bitch over here. That bitch over here. Shit, that's the mic. That's the mic. Get it. What?
Bro, anytime I see a girl sit like this, I'm like,
yeah,
yeah,
you were born.
Yeah,
You were born to watch over the line.
Yeah, you a different kind of person. Like any girl that sits like this, like bro, like why are you sitting
I'm
like
comfortable like this right
you
now.
sit like you about to call a play in a huddle? That's how you sit.
I could do a lot of things.
You
I
look
could
like
do that.
you look. It looks like
All right, okay.
But I was
shoulder
always
pads would
raised
fit
by
on you.
men.
Shoulder pads would fit on you. Like
I feel like she got some on now.
Yeah. Like,
Wow, low. Wow. Does low stand for like going too low? Like what? Like
Oh, don't
Bro,
do that. Like,
it's
we're
short
not
for
doing
low
that.
blow.
low blows. Like that's all he does.
If y'all feel like if y'all feel like I take cheap shots
At Rosie
Rosie,
specifically.
put it in the
Yes,
comments.
you do.
And if I do,
Every
I will
time you
stop.
get a chance.
Hashtag low blow key.
Low blow. Hey yo. Oh, that's the poem right there. All right, let's go.
all right, the ball.
Low key.
It would
It's
not
always-
talking
it's
about.
always
It
the
would
white-
be
it's
the
always
only
the
white
people
boy.
take shit so fucking far, bro.
To say that.
All
The low blow, like, come on. All right.
Low key.
All right, you ready?
All right, go guys.
I feel like we're like this podcast has just went so many different
Let's
directions.
remind them.
let's
All
go.
right, guys. So Kaz is gonna do a poem for
So
Low.
Odell Beckham towards
Drake
ACL,
scored
scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yes, all right, yeah.
And he got a poem from Drake.
Yes.
So now these two friends are gonna do it for each other, even though none of them have scored touchdowns in a Super Bowl.
No, but I feel like I've known
Continue.
Low just as long as Drake has known Odell.
No.
No, longer.
No.
Longer, yeah. I feel like
They
I've known you
probably
longer.
just met like
I've
a
known
couple
you
years
longer.
ago.
I
Known you
think
longer.
their relationship was very
So you're well overdue for a poem about you. Okay, so let's go. Let's go.
You ready? No, he's going first. He goes
I
first.
need those.
What do you want this?
You want that? What do you want?
Now Ivy,
Uh-huh.
also known as Low Key.
Okay.
Are these
Always
the
wearing
bongos?
fitted.
I mean, his thighs are thick enough.
Can I finish my poem?
Oh, go ahead. All right.
Now I gotta start from the top.
Nah, live.
Bring it back.
Nah Ivy, also known as Low Key,
Mm-hmm.
always wears a fitted
Mm-hmm.
because he's got a bald D. White Air Forces never touch the ground. For the first time, them shits is white and not brown.
All right. Okay.
My man.
Or yellow, like.
So I got more? All right. I'm gonna end on a high note. Now the friendship is real.
Oh, shit.
Now the friendship is real.
All right, so it's my turn. All right.
Oh, my
Okay.
God.
You need some bongos? You need some backup?
No.
You good?
Yeah, straight acapella.
All right.
Straight
All
acapella.
right, off the top.
I got you with the finger
Yeah,
snaps.
off the top.
I got the finger snaps. Go.
Kazeem F, better known as Nigerian non-dresser. Loved him from afar,
But you could have done
but he
better.
could have done better. My man started a family, built a house, couldn't build a wardrobe, but built a beautiful baby girl that already dresses better than him. I'm stinking up this poem, but my nigga.
Boo,
The
boo.
ball was sent to
Boo.
him.
Now,
I'm
lady,
sorry.
boo.
Yeah, you did it.
I'm sorry, bro.
You gotta hit him with the
And
carpet.
you had more time to
Boo,
think about it.
now,
I
lady,
did.
boo.
But
Like,
no,
give me a
yeah.
minute while I was sizing you up.
Yeah, you were sizing
needed
me up.
to, bro.
That was good. That was good.
Boo, la, boo.
I'm gonna come back next. Yo, I'm writing a verse.
Boo, la, boo.
Oh, so you about to you want to
No,
battle?
next episode.
Well, also,
I'm
no,
gonna redeem
no.
myself.
You want to battle?
Next episode,
Hold
I'm
on,
writing a
hold on.
verse.
What we could have done for Lo, though, that was more like a spoken word. It
kinda
wasn't like a poem.
I asked him if he wanted a bongo. He said no bongo.
Nah, no. Yeah, next episode. I'm having
Your
a verse.
bongos were trash.
First off,
Your bongos were fucking
Trash. They sound like it, but you're doing it all wrong. The-
Bro, it sounds like you were banging on your mattress without the sheets. Like that's how
Whoa,
it sounded.
I
Like,
don't want to hear that.
hey,
Okay.
okay.
I'm just
All right,
saying.
linebacker.
I'm just,
Rosie-
wow. Not, you
Rosie
see what I'm talking
Rodriguez.
about? You see what I'm talking about?
All right, linebacker.
Jesus. I don't want a poem.
don't want a poem? I was about to get
You don't want a
one.
poem?
I was about to get you one.
You don't want a poem?
I don't
Okay,
know if I
here we
want
go.
from you. Hell no.
Oh.
Your shit is going to be like a wildin' out poem.
Shit,
And I don't want it.
I light your ass up. I light your ass up, and I call it lime.
Oh, we could go back.
Rosie,
You want to do it? You want to do it?
This is why I don't do
In
too
the,
much. This is
what
why I don't do
what
too
was
much
the
shit.
in the classroom wilding out? We could do that
oh,
real
we can do it in
quick.
the classroom.
Nah, see, this is why I
Kick
don't do
him
too
out the
much.
classroom.
Hey.
Hey,
This is
wait,
why I
wait.
don't do too much.
Hey.
This is why I don't do too much.
Wait, how's it go? How's it go again?
The clips thingy, isn't it?
Hey, how we doing in the classroom? Awesome. In the classroom. In the classroom.
really wanna do that?
Yo.
Y'all really want to do that?
Hey,
Let's go. Hey.
Hey, y'all really want to go there?
I'm ready.
right.
I'm just wearing my shoes in the classroom.
I'm just wearing my hoodie in the classroom.
I'm just drinking
In
in
the
the classroom.
Hey.
I'm just thinking in the classroom.
I like low keys forces in the classroom.
Bang.
Come on, man.
I was getting to the distance.
Let's go. All right, come on, yeah.
I was getting to the roasting.
Right, come on, Kaz. Like, we all right, yeah,
Okay.
you done. Like,
All
all
right,
right, come on.
all right. Hey, what we doing in the classroom? I'm just sipping on this brown in the classroom.
I'm just looking for the hookah
In
in
the
the
classroom. I just want some sugar in the classroom.
I just want some ass in the classroom.
I know y'all ain't kicked me out the motherfucking classroom. I'm back in the classroom. What you doing in the classroom?
Who the fuck invited her to the
classroom.
classroom?
I'm gonna need a hall pass in the classroom.
Teacher brought me back to
In
the classroom.
What this white boy doing in
In
the
the
classroom?
classroom. He's just over there looking in the classroom.
He don't even live around here in the classroom.
Fuck this nigga doing in the classroom?
Hey, kick me out the classroom. Kick me out the classroom.
Yes.
Hey, what we do? Shout out Nick Cannon.
yo.
Nah, we all right, we're doing
Love
that.
Wild.
Every
That's a
we're doing
fun
that every
ass show.
episode. We're
Listen.
gonna do that every episode.
That's a fun ass show to
I've
watch,
said
bro.
this for the past 20 years, man. Nick Cannon, you can say whatever you want about that man.
Yeah.
Black institution wilding out is, goddamn it. It's like American Bandstand.
Nah, yeah, no, you
I
I'll
love
live us
Wildin'
all,
Out.
yo.
No, you
I
see-
love wilding out.
you see
love
DC
Wildin'
Young
Out.
Fly, like the whole, what, 85 South.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
not even
like
that.
just them doing
From
yeah.
85 South.
No, you know what I like?
Pete Davidson, Kevin
Yeah.
Hart,
Yeah.
Cat Williams,
Yeah.
Carlo. I mean, just the funniest, most inventive dudes and women.
No,
in the
but I want to
past
say,
20 years.
I want to
Well,
point out the fact that it's not all white.
It's all good.
No. I'm gonna tell you
what's
why
that
it's
like?
important because when people go to like
The white
improv and
guys are
shit,
funny on the show.
this is what I'm saying. It's a big up to him because that little thing right there, that whole improv shit, that scene is very, very like they don't really like.
Not a lot of brothers.
They don't really like try to let us come up in that. So I love that he did that, and
Yeah.
everybody there is hilarious. And they have like two, like the white people are the minorities on the show.
Yes. Yes. I mean, Mikey Day was on there.
No,
Mikey
they're
Day
funny.
was Mikey
They're
Day's funny.
funny.
Mikey Day is funny.
The other dude, the
Mikey
dude
Day.
that looks like Peach.
Yeah.
I be talking all slow like that.
Funny.
It's like,
Who?
funny as hell. I forgot his name, but he's so fucking funny. But man, I love Wild Now, man. Fuck you feeling like Wild Now. It's a great show.
No, that's a funny show.
It's a great damn show.
I was rewatching Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
I was rewatching those.
Y'all remember Comic
episodes.
View?
I watched that. Speaking
Yeah,
of
no.
Comic View. and Def
Comic
Comedy
View
Jam,
on
yeah.
BET.
If you get a chance, go watch this thing. If you got Prime Video, if you got Amazon Prime Video, go
Wow,
watch this documentary.
swag off. Go ahead.
No, it has to do with.
What if we don't have Prime Video?
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. I'm
No, I was
joking.
going to say,
What is it?
Just kidding.
We're good.
No, there's a documentary
Yeah.
on Prime Video about Fat Tuesdays, which was like the black room in the
Def
comedy
Comedy?
store in LA, which helped launch Def Comedy Jam and launched
Yeah.
all these like a lot of like hip hop like black comedy. It's such a dope documentary. Go check it out if you get a chance to. But like
Like I was rewatching like Def Comedy Jam, and it just made me realize, and this is like an ode to like one of my favorite actors and comedians. It just made me realize how funny Martin was.
Oh, is.
Oh yeah.
It is, yeah. But like just how
His character.
his
is
character
everything.
and how he read the room. Like reading the room is a very special talent. Like even if you're a host, if you're a comedian, if you're a
It's a
musician,
gift.
like,
DJ,
it's a gift.
anything, any creative.
Anything. Reading the room is so like just like on point, and he would just like pick out certain people in the crowd and say certain things and just laugh, and he had that charismatic personality where it was like I didn't mean that, like, but you gonna get these jokes.
Right, because you.
Yeah,
sitting right
like
here.
you're sitting right there.
I can see you.
If you're going to a comedy show and you're sitting in the front row, like it's like being in the front of
But
a
they
water slide.
placed you
bro.
there, bro.
Shit gonna get wet.
Yeah.
Like,
But he just knew how to do it, and I was just watching that shit. I was watching this the other day, just like randomly. I put it on. I was just like, just going through it, and I'm like, yo, this nigga really had a gift.
yeah.
Like
I love studying stand up comedy.
You know what? Me too.
Yo,
you know
bro,
what's
and I'm-
funny? I thought for a while, like recently, I'm gonna say that story. Recently, I was like, yo, it's so crazy how racism went so deep. It was in comedy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if you were black, white people didn't think you were funny because you were talking about shit. It was real shit. You were talking about shit they didn't understand, so
Yeah.
they don't think it's funny.
Yeah.
Racism or not, right?
Yeah.
But then I took a little shrooms and I watched Richard and I watched Richard Pryor,
Yes.
1970 or 1971,
Still hilarious.
and he kept like the front 4 rows were white people, and he kept calling them out on some like, cause he kept just talking about white people the whole show, and he's like, I don't understand why so many white people here, and I was like, okay, so maybe it wasn't racism. Or were they there to laugh at it? I don't even know what it was.
No, I think it's a little bit.
Because you know when you're on shrooms, you're like, wait.
I'm about to say that sounds like a shrooms explanation.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, you definitely.
Like I never took shrooms, so I'm like, oh, okay, yeah.
No, but I
like
also
your world was just opened up to so many different.
No, because I really always thought there was racism in comedy.
It is
Oh, for sure.
So
if
I'm
you
like,
watch this documentary, that's
It's poking.
it
It's
dives
poking
into
at
that.
like comedy.
it's
pokes
poking at, but they
comedy
won't,
pokes at
they
the
won't
obvious.
let black comedians. We talking about this because of Wild 'N Out, and that's why I'm glad he started that show, because a lot of these people wouldn't have had another platform.
Yeah.
A lot of these comedians,
of course.
A lot of
because
these
white
would be
people,
plucked off
they're not on Whose Line Is It anyway.
Yeah.
No,
There was one black guy.
Yeah.
What's his name?
You
know who I'm talking about.
He was Wayne Brady.
That's it.
Yeah.
no.
And I don't even know if y'all really claim him.
No.
I don't know. I
I
don't
mean,
know what's going on.
A
With.
lot of people only started claiming Wayne Brady after the Chapelle show.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on with him.
Wayne Brady, motherfucker.
So I'm just saying, like, I'm glad he did that platform. And then I
So,
was
I
watching
mean-
that Richard Pryor show, and I'm like, it's 1970. I was like, wait, so it wasn't always racist. I was like, or they were there to laugh at him.
All right, so to your point
know what's going on.
about that, about pointing out obvious racism. Remember Bill Burr did SNL?
Yeah.
In the opening monologue, he poked fun at all white women.
Yeah.
And
Bill Burr's white.
There was one specific part where he was like, You took the blood money from all white men that did this, that, and the third, and he pointed at a white woman. He was like, "Yeah, you did that." You know what I mean? Like, but that to me
Was that the Gucci girl? What was
yeah,
it? He
like,
was like-
with your Gucci boots, like. But that to me, that I think that's what comedy is pointing out the obvious.
I think comedy is good comedians
Yes, obviously you
Always.
have to be funny.
always punch up. That's my number one rule. Always punch up. Like if you're punching down, like you can do crowd work and like mess with people in the crowd, whatever. But like if the source of your material is just like mean spirited and like not
What do you mean by mean spirited?
like I feel like a good comedian, and the reason why they point out the obvious is because it's always I forgot the
It's easy to laugh at the obvious.
I forgot the actual name of the quote. Jake, please help me if you can. Sam as well. It's the emperor wears no something. The emperor has new shoes or some shit like that. Whatever.
I think I know the quote.
It's
but I
ba-
don't want- yeah,
and
but I
the
think I know
quote.
what you're
I'm
talking
fucking up the quote, but the quote basically means like,
Wears no clothes.
yeah, the emperor wears no clothes, right? Like it's basically just like good comedians. You point out the politicians. Like you got to take. Some people deserve to be taken down a peg, and that's the job of a good comedian, right? Like so that's why like when a lot of like the cancel culture shit was happening or whatever, like a lot of people were just scared of punching up again. Like it was very easy to make fun of like gays and like
Yeah.
people of different race and like all that shit because it's like they're already marginalized people. Like they're already like going through a ton of shit. So like if your comedy doesn't make them feel good,
So
I don't think you're that funny. You know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna ask you a controversial question right now.
Ask away, god damn it.
How'd you feel about the Dave Chappelle thing?
Ooh. Well, well, see, no.
No, hold on. I want to know because he just said that it's easy for comedians to do that, and I think he's a genius comedian.
I think he's
and
a
I
genius.
don't
But
and I
I've
don't
talked about
respect
this, but
comedians
go
that
ahead.
can't do
But- no,
crowd
but
work.
But I've talked about this. But
I
go
don't.
ahead.
You have to be able to at least like if someone heckles, you have to at least be like
No,
able to shut them the fuck up in a funny way, and
I've-
then security will
and
take
then
them out.
get back
Whatever.
into your
I've
shit.
talked about this, but I want to hear.
But I want to hear what you have to say because you
literally.
literally just said what Dave Chappelle was.
You know Dave Chappelle is like one of my favorite comedians ever.
That's one of my
And
favorite comedians as well.
I just think he forgot to be funny. Like that was my whole shit. Like if
He started
if
becoming too like
it became
lecturing.
preachy.
It
became-
I didn't want to go there because he's not religious. Like he wasn't
No,
talking about
you
religion.
don't gotta be
It became
religious.
lecturing. It became like when you
But-
go to
well,
those.
I mean, it's kind of like this, it's in the same vein with both
That's
of y'all
true.
saying.
Yeah, I would say like the big takeaway that I got from the special, which I've seen a couple of times now, was this trans friend that I have that is also a comedian was more like me than was like you talking to the trans community because you're so judgmental and you're so the people that you claim to hate that you actually made this person who was a friend of mine kill themselves because they associated them with me.
prior to that,
Even in
the
any
reason
case.
why they hated him,
Yeah,
that special before that where he kept making fun of like trans people or like
I
not
just
even
feel
making
like
fun
I
of
just
it.
feel like his last special just wasn't funny. Like that's at the end of the day. Like I don't care if the shit's controversial. Like I laugh at fucked up shit all the time. If it's funny, and I just think Dave just wasn't that last special wasn't his best.
It wasn't.
It wasn't his best.
I-
Like
Again, again.
he's given us class. Like shaped the way we look at culture and comedy and politics and music.
I'll reiterate what I said.
Yeah.
I said when this whole first, the Netflix and Dave going overboard. I said he's driving this point into the ground.
Oh, you did
Yeah.
say that,
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
but
He's
that wasn't
No,
my
no,
question,
but
Lo.
no.
My
It
question
kinda
is
same is.
no, it wasn't. My question was the reason why he got into this wasn't his last special, or even the one before that. I
Yeah,
think it
it's
was the
been
one
several
before that,
specials that
where
he
he
was
just
talking
keeps
about.
talking about
But
trans, and I'm like,
all
I'm
right, all right,
asking
so
Kaz.
so you're proving my point.
No, I'm asking
He's
Kaz why, because Kaz made a point before that, which I already forgot because I'm that
My
much.
point
better.
was that
You were like, you didn't like when comedians
punch
did
up.
that.
Comedians always punch up.
Yeah, and you were
don't
like, if they
on
punch down,
marginalized people.
okay, so was he
Unless-
punching down
Alright,
prior to
alright,
that?
Unless you can laugh with those people.
But y'all, all right, so y'all proving my point. He kept going down. He kept going down for 3 specials.
Right.
And it's not funny. Like the first time he tangled on the line, I'm like, oh, okay, we get it. That's funny.
Yeah.
Whatever. You're going down. You're digging deep. Now it seems it's
Okay,
now it's
now I
like
see what you're saying.
Now
Like,
it's
he
it's
just kept
personal.
dragging
and it's
it.
like you're dragging it.
Yeah. Yeah. And
And that's all I was. I'm like, bro,
But-
it's not funny.
Maybe you know what? Maybe like after a while, like the last 2 specials were like more sentimental, and him describing his relationship with, because we don't even know his relationship with that comedian that passed away. Like,
Right.
we don't know how much it hurt him.
I'm
And
sure-
I'm playing
sure it
devil's
did hurt him.
advocate,
Sure it
right?
did
I
hurt him.
don't
Sure it didn't
know.
really
I don't
hurt
know
him.
Dave from a hole in the wall. I'm just saying, like, we don't know how much it was affecting his life for him to keep having to defend
I'm sure it
himself.
affected him a lot. You know,
Which is what I feel like the last two specials were. I feel like the last two specials was him like defending himself.
Don't.
I feel like
you're doubling down.
I feel like when you talk
No,
about
I'm
guy-
not.
I feel like
No,
when
I'm
you,
not you.
Oh, him.
Him, yeah.
Maybe he was explaining himself.
Nah, he's doubling down.
I feel like when you talk about a guy like Chappelle, he's somebody who's always felt like he was bigger than a comedian, and like not only does he like tell funny jokes, but like he's a man of principle. You know what I'm saying? Like he walked away from Comedy Central for X $1 million because of principle. You know what I'm saying? Like, and culturally, he means so much to us, from Dave Chappelle at block parties, the Chappelle show, and just stand-ups, like everything. You know what I mean? Like he's a very important person to our culture. So I think that being that important, I think he almost had like a blind spot to like this section of his community that are also black people, that he probably felt so kind of caught off guard by like how hard they kind of went at him. I think that was the only reason why he kept going back. And like, so in the earlier specials when he was talking about, trans folks, like some of those was funny.
They were.
You know what I mean? But
They
then like
were.
after a while, I'm just like,
And that's
You're not
all.
really telling a joke
that's-
right now.
and that's
No,
all-
it was until he started
But
like
that's
what you
all
said,
I
like
was
lecturing us and over explaining his
that's
last
all-
specials,
and
where I was
bro,
like,
this
ah.
goes back to my point.
Can
It's
I
just like,
segue this into
good.
something that just dropped that I would love to get your thoughts about? I don't know if you guys watched it. I watched the Cosby special on
Oh,
Showtime.
I'm not touching it.
I'll touch
No,
it.
I think you should.
Hey, yo.
I think you should. I think
I'll touch that.
shout out to Kamal Bell and folks at Showtime. Like it was a really well done.
Is it a documentary?
It's a docu-series.
It's a docu
So
series,
it's like
so
I
it's
think
acting.
it's 4 parts. It's no. Like it's he's interviewing people, whatever.
Okay,
like,
is Cosby in it?
no. Well, but like
is he
they
relatives or
filmed it-
something?
They filmed it up until like he got released from prison, and then they filmed like extra footage, like for the last like
So who from Cosby's camp is in it? Actually,
people that were on the show.
okay.
Some of his co-stars, like the immediate stars of the show,
Yeah.
aren't on it. Obviously, like no Felicia Rashad, no Malcolm Jamal Warner, no Tempest Bledsoe, none of these people. But people that were like in his circle that are still alive, like were heavily involved in it.
Right.
And I think watching that special and talking about Chappelle today kind of puts it in a crazy lens, because when you watch the show, and whoever has seen it, I'd love to talk to you about it. I think it's really, really fascinating.
What's it on?
So it just tells like,
No.
No, she's like, what?
oh, it's on
like,
Showtime.
yeah,
Showtime.
yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
It tells like the whole Cosby story. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't just focus on, I mean, it does focus a lot because it's a lot of rape, and but it also tells a story about like why it was so hard for like us to accept it, because it really brought back just like I forgot how fucking huge Bill Cosby was to me growing up. Like he was the only black guy on TV for a long time, like the only one. You know what I mean?
No.
As far as, like, network
It
television?
was,
As far as network television, as far
Red
as like
Fox.
safe black people, as far as like
What
Jello
was Good
pudding.
Times on?
I mean, these are one show. I'm talking about a guy that was doing Jello pudding commercials,
Oh, okay.
was doing
I see what you
cartoon
mean.
shows, doing the
Kids Say the
million
Darndest-
variety
oh, that
shows.
was so
Kids
good.
say the darndest things. Stand-up specials, doing Vegas, doing like he was the biggest dude. Like I forget how big of a dude he was, and then you see just how much his like influence was in not just comedy, but like in education, like how much he like put on for like HBCUs, and like just the fact that he made a different world, all this other shit. But like it's stained with like recorded instances of him drugging and like raping people as early as like the 60s and 70s, like way before the Cosby Show even started. So it's like it's a crazy thing to see, because by the time we're our age, and we're watching the Cosby Show for the first time, we're not looking at the lens of like, oh, he was America's dad, and then like we found out all this crazy stuff about him. All that crazy stuff was happening the whole
I'll say
time.
this. I'll say this.
Before, during, after.
I'll say this.
So it's just like
His access or his acceptance allowed the chaos.
yes.
His acceptance of everything you just described
He was so powerful, dude.
allowed his chaos. Allowed
Okay.
the chaos.
So
Can I just say
powerful.
something? I don't even know if y'all gonna agree with me or not. Y'all might not. I don't
just
give a
saying.
fuck.
All right.
All I'm gonna say is this. I'm just say this. If you're the biggest man on television back in the day where no one else is doing it, the biggest black man on television doing these things, why the fuck do you need to drug anybody?
Well,
Bitches
so,
is throwing it at
It's
you.
the-
so
the-
that was
it's
talked
the-
about. That was talked about. in
They
the
should be like,
documentary.
here's pussy for you.
No.
One would
It's-
think.
it's-
One
no,
would think.
They
But
were.
see,
But
no,
here's
no.
the thing.
They also were, or
But
maybe
no,
he didn't
but
want
in-
that.
In the
But no, but the
documentary,
thing-
there was people saying like, well, even though this happened, there are folks that probably think just like Rosie that were like, you know what?
It's not
probably,
a thought. It's a fact. That's
Well,
how
No, I'm saying like
time works. It
people
is a
that-
fact.
people
Women
that
are
will-
attracted to men like that in that position, especially
saying-
back then.
and obviously they're showing like young Cosby too. He was young, he was handsome, he was on TV, he's tall, athlete, all this other shit, whatever. People said like folks that had that argument would be like, well, those are the times. Everyone was doing pills. Everybody was doing this. Everybody was doing that. Like,
too.
why was
So he was doing them a favor.
you know what I mean? Not even doing them a favor, but it's just like, all right, well, are we just gonna do a clean sweep of all those folks that was doing this type of stuff? And it's like, yeah, you probably should, but at the same time, it's like, oh man, like
I think I think the
I
nuance.
think it's a sickness. That's
I
that's
think,
my
no,
answer.
No,
to
I
that.
think the nuance of it is, yes, to Rosie's point, like, yeah, any celebrity or a lot of celebrities can get what they want, do what they do, whatever the case is. I think them being denied access is what drives them crazy.
I was gonna say that too.
Yeah,
I
I
agree
think,
with that.
I
I think
don't-
when celebrities or people of power,
Yeah, if they're
are
denied
denied
anything, they're like,
access,
bitch, you're not about to deny
and
me.
I think that's where all these things come from.
I just think he's just
I
somebody.
mean, and he's a sick nigga.
I think he's a sick nigga, bro. I think he's just
So,
somebody.
alright,
who's
so,
just-
alright,
I
so
think he's
add-
somebody who likes having sex with
So, all
unconscious
right,
women.
so add
That's his
that.
shit.
So add that
You know
to
what I mean?
add that to being denied because to y'all point, the most powerful. He's doing
No,
it.
but if he's just doing it and not getting denied prior,
listen.
that's fucking weird.
You're like everything y'all just said. Y'all built him up. Y'all put him on his big ass pedestal, and yes, rightfully so. Only black man, doing this comedy, commercials, movies, network deals, this that, and the third. You're supposed to have the world at your palm. The world is supposed to say yes to.
You're thinking
let me know.
sane individual.
No, but
You're
no.
thinking like somebody with like.
No, let me finish.
Okay.
In a position like that, you're not sane.
You're thinking like a sane individual. You're
Oh,
thinking.
I'm thinking.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're
okay,
thinking
yeah.
like somebody who has all that money and influence should not have to resort to such tactics.
That's not that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying someone like that thinks everything revolves around them. It's the
them.
bubble. Like this is me. This
Yeah.
is who I am.
Yeah.
This is what I bring to the world. Not to my community, not to my culture, to the world. You literally just listed off everything Cosby has done, everything Cosby was trying to do, right? So imagine someone taking something away from you, being who you are. So that's why I say, when someone says no to you, you're just flabbergasted. Like what?
But I don't think. It's
No,
not
but
so-
you're-
it's not a no
But you're
thing, like-
giving
it
you're
is.
giving him
It
that much.
is.
No,
Listen,
Kaz. Before y'all get into y'all shit,
It
because I
is
know
a
where
no.
I know
That's
where
what
this
I'm
is
saying.
going. Before y'all get into this shit, I'm gonna tell you where he's going. He's going in the sense of if somebody says no to him, he's not thinking about like maybe they're not even saying no. Maybe he's hold on, wait, listen. Listen to what I'm
Resistance.
saying.
No is the wrong
Before
word.
y'all get into this 20-minute argument about Bill Cosby, because we're not doing this
I'm
shit
not.
today. Yes, you
I'm
were.
not.
You were
No,
about to
I'm
do it.
not.
If I
I'm
let y'all
not.
go,
Go ahead.
y'all gonna go.
All right, go ahead.
Like little
Go
pit
ahead.
bulls.
Go ahead.
You're right. If I let y'all go, that's what you're gonna do. We're not doing this shit.
Go ahead.
This is what I'm saying.
You're making my point for me though.
That okay, but I know his point as well. He's saying like, ain't nobody about to say no to me. I'm Bill Cosby. Okay, cool. You're right. However, Kaz is saying there's probably women that didn't give him the chance to say no.
Yeah.
Cause Cosby's already like, you know what, man, fuck this shit.
That was a big part of the legal
Which is
defense. The legal
so it's like
defense
I
was
get what you're saying.
well, I
you're
was
you're
looking-
thinking no, but he's thinking along the lines like nobody's gonna say no to me. But you're thinking along the lines like They didn't get a chance to, bro.
Yeah,
you probably
like,
didn't even
I'm-
talk
I'm-
to them.
I'm looking at.
Because you think you are who you are, and you are. But, like, now it's a sickness where it's like you like to get them that fucked up. And that's a sickness as well.
Yeah, I think like part of it, the reason why I don't have the sympathy as far as like, oh, he was getting told no or whatever, or it's because he built this bubble and he's so powerful. I don't have any sympathy for that because. Part of his
And before,
defense-
like, I'm
let
not
me
giving them
finish.
excuse.
Let me
I'm
finish.
just saying.
I know you're not. I know you're not.
I'm just saying that.
I know you're not. But the part of his defense was, well, you know, I was with these women and you know we had a good time and it was partying, but
Yeah,
and they
you
never
had a
said
good
it-
time.
and they never said anything to me.
Yeah,
And it's
you know
like,
why?
You know why they didn't say anything to you because you were
fucked
drugging
up.
people and like just because they can. And mind you, a lot of these women wanted to probably have sex with Bill Cosby. Like they probably wanted to hang out with him. They probably wanted to be around him. Like maybe they did. Maybe they did. But the fact was the shit that he was specifically into was dropping shit in people's drinks and fucking them unconscious. That is what sick niggas do. That's some sick person
And there's
shit.
a lot of people like that.
Yes. There's a
People
lot of
are
people
into
like
weird
that.
fucking shit. But I understand your point. But that's where like random rape allegations come in. When it's that many women
Yes.
coming out, you're just doing this shit. Like when there's
That's
like
part of your
random rape
routine,
allegations
yo.
where it's like I didn't want to fuck with him, so he raped me. That's one thing. But when it happens that many times, that means he was just doing
saying,
that
some
for
Dexter
fun.
shit,
I'm
bro.
just
Like
saying
it's
that-
part of his routine.
just
Like
saying a man-
it
All
was
right,
part of
he
them
didn't
putting
have. He had a rape room instead of a kill room.
Yeah, like basically, like it was basically on some Dexter shit. Like
He
it was
had
part
a
of his
fucking
routine.
pill rape
like,
room instead of a kill room.
A man of that stature gets any kind of resistance, resorts to that kind of behavior.
They can, and you're not wrong. But when it's multiple, like that amount of women,
We're saying the same thing.
no, we're not.
Yes, we are. I'm saying
Because-
any man of
No.
that stature is supposed to feel like
First of all,
everyone's
if
supposed
a
to
woman,
fall at his feet.
no, because if a woman rejects you, you're gonna get angry. That's where the rape and the
All right,
crazy
so maybe
allegations come in.
he exhibited a different behavior.
No, he was just doing it. Maybe, you know what? All right, I'm gonna give y'all both the credit.
Okay.
Maybe he went through a little phase where women were rejecting him, and he started doing that to all women to not give them the chance to reject him anymore.
We've all been rejected before. That's never
Yeah.
been
No,
good.
no.
Yeah,
No, I'm
I've been
saying.
rejected plenty of
I
times.
know
I'm
I'm
like,
saying,
all right,
but you're
nice
not
to
Bill
meet you.
Cosby in the 60s, right?
That's my
So-
point.
No, so what I'm saying is maybe the first couple women reject him. He's like, all right, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't even gonna give him a chance no more. And then he started doing it.
I don't know
To
that,
your
but-
point.
No, that's
But
not-
again, which is why I'm the only reason why we're having this conversation is because the documentary on Showtime is out right now. We're not just sitting here randomly defending Bill Cosby.
Nobody's
watch
defending
it.
him.
I'm not defending shit.
No, not defend. Just
No.
we're not saying
talking
having
about
talk.
I'm just saying he probably
Don't-
had a sickness created from like maybe 3 women that said no to him. And he's
No.
like, you know what, bitches? Ain't nobody gonna say no more. And then he started liking it.
The whole point is he is a very complicated story, and like the fact that we don't even talk about him no more, like don't even talk. Like I remember when those things first, the allegations first dropped, and everybody was just like shocked. Like I remember I was working at Stashed. I was doing Stashed at the time, and I had Hannibal Buress come and do. Or he was doing a show in New York, and we had an interview, and we were just shooting the shit, just talking. And that night is the night that he goes and says his Cosby thing on stage, and saying like, "Oh, you're talking about me picking my pants?" Like, "Well, yeah, well, you're a rapist." Da 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 da. Like, I was just with him that day, and I was like, "God damn, you couldn't have saved that from our show." I'm like, you couldn't have saved that. You couldn't have saved that little tidbit of information,
Right.
when I was interviewing you like 2 hours ago, or
Right,
whatever.
right.
So like the next day, the whole thing blows up, and like it's a big part of the documentary, that clip or whatever. It's just crazy. Go and see it for yourselves.
I'm not watching. I'm good.
No, really, it's
No, I'm
it's a
straight.
good watch. It's a good watch.
There's nothing about that is good.
Of course not, but it's a good watch. Like it's
I'm not
very informative, and it's very like it's something we should talk about. Like this is somebody. If we don't learn from shit like this, like it's doomed to be repeated again. Like this is why we should never
It's
put anybody.
doomed
you
to
should've
be
put us on
repeated
pedestals.
regardless.
What's up?
It's gonna be repeated regardless
is
because
gonna
there's
be
sick
repeated,
motherfuckers in the
Yeah,
world.
like, no matter what
You can't
documentary, no
save
matter
any
what-
sick
yeah,
fuck.
I'm
no
not
matter
saying the
what fake-
documentary is gonna save people.
No.
from
I'm
being
saying
sick
to you.
rapists.
No.
No, I see you saying
I'm
like
saying to
bringing
your
attention
point.
to it.
Yeah, I'm saying to
is
your
gonna
point.
like
But
stop.
the cycle.
And it's important because
There are cycles
of-
there are cycles in life that are never gonna stop.
and it's not just about that, obviously. But
But that's what it's about.
The reason why I'm saying it's an important watch is because it's also very important. I think we're a black culture show. You know, we talk about black culture a lot, and he's a very, whether we want to talk about it or not, or even bring it back up or not, it's a very big part of it. And you know, it's the reason why we don't even. It's he who else shall not be named status is because of how vile this shit is. So
Who's that?
if you get a chance,
Oh,
check what was it?
I don't.
who's the
I
leash?
know, and I totally get what you're saying.
What?
who shall not be named?
Oh, Bill Cosby.
I don't need.
No, you said the reason he's on the same status as.
The reason why he's on this, no,
Are you talking about
no,
We don't
like
say his name.
Voldemort. You never watched?
But we just said Bill Cosby's name 89
I
times.
know, but I'm
How
saying,
you just now gonna bleep his name out? He who shall not be named. I'm like, who you comparing him to? And I thought it was R. Kelly, but
That's
I'm
not
like,
me
but it
saying.
wasn't.
That's,
what I thought too.
Yeah, I was
that's
like,
not me saying.
Like, who you talking about?
I
Pissy
mean,
Man?
they are in the same sort of category.
Pissy Man?
But, like, I'm not. I'm saying the reason why the documentary is called.
I get what you're saying.
The reason why the documentary is called "We Need to Talk About Cosby" is because we haven't talked.
I
about
understand
it.
this, but I
That's all I'm
also
trying to say.
understand that documentaries,
It's Pissy Man. Just say Pissy Man.
news segments, X, Y, and Z, do not break psychotic behavior.
Of course not.
Because there's still going to be a person that has said, whatever the case is, after Bill Cosby, after R. Kelly, after whomever you want to name. It's society and how we deal with things. It's society, how we contemplate and understand. It's society. It's not like, oh, we're documenting this. Like now you should know how to do this. And you should know.
I'm just saying it's a good watch. Like I just
yeah,
think it's
I don't care.
How long is it?
It's 4 parts. I think it's 4 parts, an hour each.
An hour each? That's too much for Bill
I don't
Cosby.
care for it. I don't care for
Well,
it. I understand.
I'll watch the last two.
Anybody listen to the pod if you want to.
I'll watch the last two. Okay. Bill Cosby gets 2 hours out of me. That's it.
Listen, you get. I watched the first. I thought the same as slow. Like I was like, man.
No, I'm
touch that
limited.
shit.
I ain't
I'm
touching it.
And
limited.
then like I saw the first episode. I was like,
I'm not touching it.
next episode. See what's next.
Remember that time I brought up this white man that nobody wants to talk about, but I read his book and I was like, well, the reason why he's into this weird shit is because when he was 7 years old, he found his grandfather's bestiality collection in the basement.
Right.
And you were like, well, that's no excuse. And I was like, it's not. But can you imagine being 7
Right.
and finding a bestiality collection and actual pictures
Right.
of your grandfather fucking animals?
Right.
That will fuck you up.
Yeah.
You have to end up being weird.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to be normal.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure there was something like that.
And I read his book and I was like, oh, it makes sense. You're just a fucked up human being.
So many things affect the human mind. And
It's like, especially at a young age,
especially
when you don't know what the fuck is right from wrong or what's going on, and you're like, well, I don't know, but I know you're not supposed to fuck dogs and horses
right.
and pigs and
Like
I know
the
that.
innocence of youth is so like.
that's why you gotta protect it.
Of course, like the innocence of youth is so crazy because like you start to think of shit that you saw when you were young. Probably not to the level of fucking like watching their parents fuck animals, but I'm sure we all remember something like from our youth that absolutely shaped us as an adult.
No.
Nothing. I'm
I
not
accidentally saw my dad's dick once. That was it.
No, I'm not even saying like. I'm not even saying anything to the level of like watching your dad's dick. I'm just
No.
saying every single one of us has something that happened to us when we were younger that has shaped us as an adult, especially something that has become like a primary.
He was getting out the shower, guys.
primary
I
personality
don't know
trait.
like how y'all niggas was brought up. Like I don't know like.
I didn't even hear about your
I
dad's
don't know,
dick,
like,
yo.
bro, like,
You think of what you said?
I didn't even hear about your dad's dick.
He was getting out the shower and y'all walked in. Ah!
I don't
I feel
That
like
was
that
it.
did shape you. I
Yeah,
feel like
I
that
don't
did.
Yeah, you know, that actually does
like, I don't
make a
know.
lot of sense now.
Like,
it all kind of it's all kind of coming together. I'm just
That's
like
why, you
the
know,
fact
that's-
that was the first thing she said.
Because I
That's why I
remember
know.
that
That's
was
why
a
she-
childhood
yeah,
memory to me
you
that was
fuck-
fucked up. I was like,
You fuck
I've
with
never
South
seen a dick.
Park
That's
and,
weird.
Like, South Park is on that kind of scale of
All
like
right.
nasty.
Well, I mean,
and
shit
yeah,
happens.
Like,
you know?
okay, now
We're
I
human.
understand.
We live together. They raise you. Like, there's people that have walked in on their
Yeah.
parents fucking. Thank God that was never my experience. There's people that walk into weirder shit. I just walked into the bathroom, the door was
All
unlocked.
right,
That's
you
it.
know, listen, hey, whatever you went through in your household is
It wasn't. He
respectable
wasn't
and-
doing shit. He was
but
getting in
that
the shower.
was-
Just
I don't know why you went
Was
there.
that
the shower.
I'm
I was like, ah!
assuming that's the first piece.
Like that's
Yeah,
like that.
It was. I
Like
ran
that?
out and I went to my room
Like,
and I
come
locked
on,
my
like
door. And I was
that?
like, ah!
We went there.
No, but that's.
Like, bro,
Yo,
like
I know
Kaz. We went there.
But that's not.
Yeah, I
us.
saw my dad's dick.
But that's
Like,
not.
bro, what?
But that's not the worst
Nah.
thing
Rosie
that's
just
happened to
terrified
people.
me just now. I'm just
Like, bro, like what?
like it's all just like plugging in my head right now. I'm like, oh my god.
Now I get the Bill Cosby,
Like,
yo, the Bill Cosby
there's
shit,
a highlight.
and the snap shit, like all that shit makes sense now. It's like, oh, you done been through some shit.
But it's not low because there's people that you
Nah.
fuck with and talk to daily that have been through way more
And
traumatic
that's
shit.
fine, and I don't need to
Have
know.
you ever heard about people talking to like people
you
that have
gotta
walked
learn
in on
your
their
traumas,
parents
bro.
having sex?
Huh?
you can't just la through everything.
Oh,
Some
I,
things-
yo, nigga,
But
I'm the
people
king
that
of la la la.
listen,
That-
there's
you think that's
people-
healthy?
Yes.
It's really not.
Yeah.
There's
I didn't
people
see
that
my
have
mom
walked in on their
sex. Like,
parents.
bro, I'm not saying that. Like, bro, I
There's
don't give a
people that have walked in on their parents having sex. That's traumatic.
That's not traumatic.
That's
One.
oh, that's fucking scary.
No, I'm good.
That
I'm
is
good. I'm good.
traumatic as fuck.
You know what? I'm gonna keep everything
Ugh.
right here. I'm good.
And you know, and you're like me. We had both our parents.
Clearly not, nigga.
No, we had both our parents living together. They were together our whole lives.
Yeah.
So it was actually kind of weird that we never walked in on our parents having sex. Because
you keep going back to
we don't
this,
know.
like, bro.
But I'm saying there's people that have these experiences that are like,
How do
and
we
then they
get here? How
have
do we
it
get-
shapes them
I
into
don't
like
know. Where we at?
these weird teenagers.
Where we at?
All right.
I mean,
You don't want to face the real. It's not a therapy session though, so we don't gotta
No,
make
it
you
is,
face it.
and I'm fine. Like you can you acknowledge
Lowe's-
it, bring it out. I'm good.
Lowe's like
La,
la
la,
la
la,
la la la
I know how to
la
protect
la
my-
la la la.
bro.
She's like, what?
Yo,
What?
Sam,
What?
like,
What?
Yeah, like,
My
nah,
parents
like,
have sex.
certain
My
things
I don't
I'm
know
like,
how me and
nah.
my sisters got here, man.
No.
I don't know.
Certain things, I'm just like, nah, I'm cool.
We was teleported here.
Y'all niggas want to acknowledge that shit? Go to therapy and
That's
do
what
that shit.
happened.
I'm cool. Like,
I don't
yeah,
have to.
I'm
It
cool.
didn't bother me. I just remember that, and I just remember thinking it was weird, and that was it.
I'm cool, bro.
I was like, ah,
I
my
don't know
dad's
how we
naked.
even got here today.
I think I saw one of my brothers naked too. I don't know.
See, like, and she's still going.
We live together. We are family. It's bound to happen.
Unpack it. Go ahead, unpack it.
That's it.
Go ahead, unpack it.
Let's talk. Let's
Like, unpack it.
Let's
you
not-
know,
Like,
we're
what you
here.
got to unpack?
We're here now. You know,
Right,
we're
like, what
here,
you
we're
got to
here.
unpack, Rosie?
Let's just
Just
have it out
unpack
there.
it.
Y'all
Like, what
have
is it?
never had an
Unpack it.
uncomfortable. You have
No,
three sisters.
no.
I remember the first time I saw my dad's.
No, we're not doing that. Yo,
Let's pack it up.
yeah,
Let's
we're
pack it
done.
up.
We're not
It was an accident, right?
It was funny, like,
definitely an
nah, we good.
accident.
Exactly.
It was like
And you were like, huh?
the draws, like they
Oh,
weren't
yo,
like
I would walk out
they
before
weren't the
night.
most. They weren't the most like newest draws. So it wasn't like it was just swinging.
Like, bro, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not. I'm cool.
It just.
Like, I'm so cool on this. Like, I'm so cool.
I mean,
And you know
Like,
what's
bro, I'm
crazy?
so
Lo
cool.
has
What's wrong?
experienced something like this and he don't want to talk about
I'm
it. It's
so
okay.
cool on this. I'm
Listen,
so
y'all.
cool.
Oh my God.
this has been another episode of Say Less with Kaz Lowkey and Rosy. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube.
I mean, if you want.
and wherever you listen to podcasts,
Ugh.
Apple, Spotify, wherever you get them. You can catch me on MSGPM this week. You can catch me in other places as well. Low.
Apple Music hits every night. Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Hip hop R&B throwback right here. Also Rap Life Review.
All right, I just did Cypher Sounds podcast. It's called Talk Clearlier.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Where they
definitely-
no, that's what
definitely
no,
not the title.
that is the title.
Definitely not the title.
How
Talk
much you want to bet?
clearlier?
Talk Clearlier because they fuck up American words. They butcher American words on a daily, and it's funny.
Got it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So there,
And
Check
that's
that
it.
out. Shout
I
out
did
Cypher.
that. It was funny.
Shout out the legendary Cypher Sounds. Jake, thank you. Sam, thank you for pulling up. Thank you everybody here. And like we always do with this.
Yo, Sam, just send me some fire pictures, bro.